All right. Shalom, shalom. I'd like to start off by saying, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Kol Haloyim, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who grew well in this truth and have been teaching me this truth, pushing this doctrine throughout the four corners of the earth with sincerity and in truth. Shalom to the Akim and the Akwath, the hopeful elect. Blessings and salutations, Lord willing. Yahweh Ratazat, that this lesson is edifying. It's the brother Shawab Mama Wan back at you with another lesson. And the title of this lesson is going to be called, What is That Dark Winter? Okay? And, I found a couple articles on, I had punched it in on Google to see what will come up. And I got a couple little articles that came up. And it pretty much makes sense. All right. The articles I'm gonna show you is pretty much what we're going through right now. Okay. And Lord willing, I'm right with what it really means. I was watching a video with Apostle Tahar, and he was talking about that, that the dark winter doesn't have anything to do with actual weather. And that's what kind of got me to start searching for it, on the web. And I found a couple little articles. All right. So with that being said, let me get into it real quick. All right. And I'm gonna make this video pretty quick. This is just a quick edification. All right. And it says Operation Dark Winter. It says Operation Dark Winter was the code name for a senior level bioterrorist attack simulation conducted on June 22nd and 23rd, 2001. It was designed to carry out a mock version of a covert and widespread smallpox attack on the United States. Tara O'Toole, and Thomas Inglesby, something like that, of the Johns Hopkins Center for Civilian Biodefense Strategies, Center for Strategic and International Studies, and Randy Larson and Mark DeMeyer of Analytic Services were the principal designers, authors, and controllers of the Dark Winter project. Operation Dark Winter, Andrews Air Force Base, Maryland, U.S. All right. Let's see what it says here. The overview. Dark Winter was focused on evaluating the inadequacies of a national emergency response during the use of a biological weapon. The American populace, the exercise was intended to establish preventive measures and response strategies by increasing governmental and public awareness of the magnitude and potential of such a threat posed by biological weapons. Scenario. Dark Winter's simulated scenario involved an initial localized smallpox attack on Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, with additional smallpox attack cases in Georgia and Pennsylvania. The simulation was then designed to spiral out of control. This would create a contingency in which the National Security Council struggles to determine both the origin of the attack as well as deal with containing the spreading virus, but not being able to keep pace with the disease's rate of spread. A new catastrophic contingency emerges in which massive civilian casualties would overwhelm America's emergency response capabilities. All right, and it's funny because that sounds like, you know, what we're going through right now with this Crown Royal shit. All right, this you know, this Beer 19 over here. Okay? And that's what happened last year, basically. All right? It started with something little, then it supposedly spread, and then people couldn't, you know, control it. All right? To the point where they had to come up with this new, you know, with a jab. All right? And now, and they're soon to make it mandatory, which pretty much you know, it's almost already pretty much mandatory because, you know, these healthcare facilities and, you know, these hospitals, you know, the medical field, basically the medical field is what's pretty much making it mandatory right now, and people are losing their jobs over that shit because they don't want to take it. All right. And it's going to be mandatory where you can't get nothing at all. You know, you can't go to the store. You can't work without having that. Which right now they just made a new pass out in Israel. All right. Called the Green Pass. And it explains that. All right. So, you know, they really hitting you with that gradualism, man. They slowly but surely keep putting it right in your face, telling you, you know, gradually just putting it in your head that you can't do nothing without these things being accomplished. All right. And they talking about what? New ones, deadlier ones. All right. A deadlier, you know, a deadlier vid. Okay. They come in all types of shit. It says disastrous. There you go, Slovakia. Couldn't get it out. Disastrous contingencies that would result in the massive loss of civilian life were used to exploit the weaknesses of the U.S. healthcare infrastructure. Slovakia. Damn, man, my reading's off. All right. And it says, let me read that again. The disastrous contingencies that would result in the massive loss of civilian life were used to exploit the weaknesses of the U.S. healthcare infrastructure and its inability to handle such a threat. The contingencies were also meant to address the widespread panic that would emerge and which would result in mass social breakdown and mob violence. Exploits would also include the many difficulties that the media would face when providing American citizens with the necessary information regarding safety procedures. All right. Discussing the outcome of Dark Winter, okay, Brian Walsh noted the timing just a few months before the 9/11 attack was eerily prescient, as if the organizers had foreseen how the threat of terrorism, including bioterrorism, would come to consume the U.S. government and public in the years to come. All right, and once again, like they said, with the contingencies were also meant to address widespread panic okay, and would emerge and which would result in a mass social breakdown and mob violence, which we were going through that already, okay? And it's gonna get worse because right now, one of the brothers had put out a video from GMS and was saying that that Bill Gates was talking some crazy shit, talking about that the next pandemic would get their attention. All right, which our attention's already there. All right, they already got America's attention. People just went through a whole year of bullshit. You know what I'm saying? People are on it now, you know? But they're talking about another pandemic, which it's definitely coming. Because all that is all, it all happens to make agenda fall into place, man. Because all roads are going to lead to what, man? That chip. Everything's going to always lead back to them trying to get that chip. So all this shit right here is just, little preludes until it comes to the chip. They keep giving you and feeding you all types of different things and gradualism with all these different type of scenarios. So by the time it comes to the chip, man, people gonna be tired of shit. People just gonna be like, man, they're just gonna get right into that shit. You understand? But see what they got here. Summary of findings. An attack, according to the UPMC's Center for Health Security, the Dark Winter outlined several key findings with respect to United States healthcare system's ability to respond to a localized bioterrorism event. An attack on the United States with biological weapons could threaten vital national security interests. All right. In addition to the possibility of massive civilian casualties, Dark Winter outlined the possible breakdown in essential institutions, resulting in a loss of confidence in government, followed by civil disorder and a violation of democratic processes. Of democratic processes by authorities attempting to restore order. Okay. Shortages of let me not even get up in that one. Shortages of the jabs and other drugs affected the response available to contain the epidemic, as well as the ability of political leaders to offer reassurance to the American people. This led to great public anxiety and flight by people desperate to get the injections, all right, the jabs, and it had a significant effect on the decisions taken by the political leadership. In addition, Dark Winter revealed that a catastrophic biowarfare event in the United States will lead to considerably reduced U.S. strategic flexibility abroad. All right. And it's funny because how it says this has led to great public anxiety and flight by people desperate to get, the jab. And man, people are on that level now. People have all types of anxiety out through the roof, all right? With the shit that's going down in like Texas and shit like that, as that starts to spread around the states and scenarios like that start happening, people gonna get desperate, and that's how they're gonna get you to get this jab, all right? And they're gonna get you to get it maybe once, twice, and after that it's gonna be that much easier for them to feed you that chip, man, that mark, that charagma. All right. Let's see what else they got here. How long is this? I don't want to be too long on it. All right. I'll read though. It says current organizational structures and capabilities are not well suited for the management of the biowarfare attack. Dark Winter revealed the major fault lines exist between different levels of government, federal, state, and local, between government and the private sector, among different institutions and agencies, and within the public and private sector. Leaders are unfamiliar with the character of bioterrorist attacks, available policy options, and their consequences. Federal and state properties may be unclear, differ, or conflict. Authorities may be uncertain, and constitutional issues may arise. For example, state leaders wanted control of decisions regarding the imposition of disease containment measures, mandatory versus voluntary isolation, and jabination. All right, giving that jab. The closure of state borders to all traffic and transportation, and when or whether to close airports. Federal officials, on the other hand, argued that such issues were best decided on the national basis to ensure consistency and to give the president maximum control of military and public safety assets. Leaders in states most affected by smallpox wanted immediate access to smallpox, jabs for all citizens of their states. But the federal government had to balance these requests against military and other national priorities. State leaders were opposed by federalizing the National Guard, all right, FEMA, which they were relying on to support logistical and public supply needs, while a number of federal leaders argued that the National Guard should be federalized. There is no surge capability in the U.S. healthcare and public health systems or in the pharmaceutical and jab industries. The exercise was designed to simulate a sudden and unexpected biowarfare event for which the United States healthcare system was unprepared. Okay, this is crazy. This was a simulation that took place back in 2001. All right, and they're gonna use it again. Talking about 20 years later, man. All right, they always say history repeats itself. All right, what happened back in 2001, man? You had fucking 9/11 and all that bullshit. That was rigged. Now, they've had the masses sleep for fucking 20 years, and now they're about to roll it out again. They're about to do the same shit. All right? Salakia, where was I? The exercise was designed to simulate a sudden and unexpected biowarfare event for which the United States healthcare system was unprepared, which what happened last year. We was unprepared for what the fuck just went down. All right? Ain't nobody was expecting that shit with these quarantines and lockdowns and all that extra shit, man. And it says, in the absence of sufficient preparation, Dark Winter revealed that the lack of sufficient jab or drugs to prevent the spread of disease severely limited management options. Due to the institutionally limited surge capacity of the American healthcare system, hospitals quickly became overwhelmed and rendered effectively inoperable by the sudden and continued influx of new cases. Man, this shit is serious right here. This is what I'm reading right now is the same shit that just went down for a whole year, man. Think about it. All right? Due to the institutionally limited surge capacity of the American healthcare system,
Hospitals quickly became overwhelmed and rendered effectively inoperable by the sudden and continued influx of new cases, exacerbated by patients with commonly illnesses who feared they might have smallpox, and people who were otherwise healthy but concerned about their possible exposure. Oof. Man, these devils is funny as hell, man. These devils, just, take out that smallpox and put in what's going on today, all right? The challenges of making correct diagnosis and rationing scarce resources, combined with shortages of healthcare staff who were themselves worried about becoming infected or bringing infection home to their families, imposed a huge burden on the healthcare system. The simulation also noted that while demand was highest in cities, states that had been directly attacked, by the time victims became symptomatic, they were geographically dispersed, with some having traveled far from the original attack site. Oof. The simulation also found that without sufficient surge capability, public health agencies, analysts of the scope, source, and progress of the epidemic were greatly impeded, as was their ability to educate and reassure the public, and their capacity to limit casualties and the spread of disease. For example, even after the smallpox attack was recognized, decision makers were confronted with many uncertainties, all right, and wanted information that was not immediately available. In fact, they were given more information on local locations and numbers of infected people that would likely be available in reality. Without accurate and timely information, participants found it difficult to quickly identify the locations of the original attacks, to immediately predict the likely size of the epidemic on the basis of initial cases, to know how many people were exposed, to find out how many were hospitalized and where, or to keep track of how many have been jabbed. Wow. Man, this article's serious right here. I wouldn't doubt if they try to smack me with a hit me with a strike. It's fucking people, man. Dealing with the media will be a major immediate challenge for all levels of government. What else I got here? I'm almost done there. All right. Says Dark Winter revealed the information management and communication, e.g., dealing with the press effectively, communication with citizens, maintaining the information flows necessary for command and control at the institutional levels, will be a critical element in crisis consequence management. For example, participants worried that it would not be possible to forcibly impose the jabination, all right, or travel restrictions on large groups of the population without their general cooperation. To gain that cooperation, the president and other leaders in Dark Winter recognized the importance of persuading their constituents that there was fairness in the distribution of jabs and other scarce resources, that the disease containment measures were for the general good of society, that all possible measures were being taken to prevent the further spread of the disease, and that the government remained firmly in control despite the expanding epidemic. Should a contagious bioweapon
pathogen be used containing the spread of disease will present significant ethical, political, cultural, operational, and legal challenges. In Dark Winter, some members advised the imposition of geographic quarantines around affected areas, but the implications of these measures, interruption of the normal flow of medicines, food and energy supplies, and other critical needs, were not clearly understood at first. In the end, it is not clear whether such draconian measures would have led to a more effective interruption of disease spread. What's more, allocation of scarce resources necessitated some degree of rationing, creating conflict and significant debate between participants representing competing interests. All right? Competing interests. All right? Interests. Salakia. Man, this article serious, because this is what we going through right now, and it's gonna simulate even. They're gonna hit it even harder. They're gonna give it to you even harder, man. See, they're just conditioning your ass right now, and y'all can't even handle that. All right, imagine when the full effect comes into play, man. People are gonna go nuts. And that's what they doing. They pushing out a lot of draconian laws right now. All right. That's, that goes back to, does that go back to, them speaking as a dragon, man. Speaking them draconian laws. And they pushing those harder and harder. All right, they trying to, they trying to bring them out. What else they got here? References, key participants. File defense. It's funny that they're using that smallpox. All right? They're using that smallpox. All right? We all know what they're really talking about. And all this is coming to play right now. What else they got? Let me see. And that was a good ass article right there. Crucial. This is Joe Biden warned of a dark winter. Why does living in it feel so unreal? It says the dark winter that President-elect Joe Biden warned of during the final presidential debate last fall is now upon us. Winter officially begins on Monday, and this was a December 20th article. All right, and it says winter officially begins on Monday. The days are at their shortest, and the number of them cases, all right, in the United States have never been higher. You see? That's exactly what we was just reading in that other article. How it was a simulation that they had came up with in 2001, man. And they just broke it down to what was going to happen in that simulation. And that's exactly what played out the whole year 2020. These devils know exactly what they doing, man. Let me read read that real quick. It says the dark winter that Salaki, I'm over here where it says right here. Things was almost certainly get worse. Will almost certainly get worse as more people travel for the holidays and resistance to basic public health measures continues, abetted by the irresponsibility of the waning Trump administration and its still vigorous agents in the partisan media. All right, let's see what it got here. The phrase seemed slightly off-brand when Biden used it in October. Trump had the monopoly on apocalypse and doom, which he imputed to Democrats, socialists, and other shadowy enemies of the state. Biden was stacking out the usual American high ground of sunny optimism. But the warning was prescient, and as the darkness and cold has crept on us, I found those words haunting and unshakable. All right. It says it is an old trope, a hollow phrase, often poetic cliche. All winters are dark and get darker the farther one lives from the equator. We tend to think of dark days as something in the past, something our parents or grandparents lived through. It was a dark winter in 1777, 78, when the Continental Army spent the season at Valley Forge. Though mainly because of disease, not cold or snow, the pathetic fallacy, the almost irresistible tendency to project human feelings on inanimate things like the weather inclines us to remember the winters during periods of crisis, wars, economic depressions, and pandemics as particularly dark, no matter how clement the weather. All right? What else they got here? Read that. All right, it says, when Biden used the phrase, it was much a warning as a prediction, but his warning, like so many before it, went unheeded, and now we are all left grappling once again with the consequences. It is unsettling to think of living through this kind of darkness as if it is presumptuous to place ourselves in a historical moment to compare this current darkness with the tribulations endured by other decades and centuries ago. How bad will it get? How widely will the pain be shared? How much do we need to partake of the general suffering to be touched by a dark winter? All right. It says the Christmas season adds a particular gothic hue to the general malaise. Yeah. Actually, let me see how you say that.
Malaise.
All right. And it says, Gothic hue to the general malaise. I keep thinking of Christian iconography
iconography, images of the annunciation to the shepherds. Among them, the great Rembrandt etching the angel appearing to the shepherds, in which a celestial figure appears to a few terrified shepherds, waked from the gloom of a wild and benighted patch of hilly ground. One of them runs in terror out of the light and back into the darkness, as if the darkness is at least a known thing, menacing but familiar. Or Charles Angrand's 1894 charcoal drawing, the Annunciation. Let me see how you say this shit. I hate these crazy words. Annunciation, yeah. Annunciation to the shepherds, in which two huddled figures are barely visible in a faint shaft of light, the darkness woven into the paper as deeply as it seems woven into the shepherds themselves. The phrase dark winter, spoken by an American politician who foregrounds the importance of his religious faith, has a specifically Christian resonance, particularly as we approach the 25th of December. Dark winters are harnessed like a logical inevitability to the idea of rebirth or renewal. All right? Rebirth, going back into, they want to reset shit, man. That great reset, that new world order. All right? This may be illusory. Yeah. Illusory. Sometimes misery just compounds, but it is deeply baked into how the Western world conceives of the season. The master of this trope, Charles Dickens, left volumes of stories, his Christmas novels and tales, appearing annually in the magazines he edited, in which he used a deeply troubling, even sadistic narratives of violence and loss to set up often unconvincing scenes of redemption. For Dickens, Christmas is something like an extended Halloween shackled to a quick Easter. All right. Okay, now they're just talking about some bullshit. All right. Let's see what they got here. Yeah, they start talking about this Christmas bullshit and all that. All right, but the main one was that first article. That first article was crucial, okay? And, you know, pretty much just wanted to bring it out because I ran into it, just searching on the web to see what would come up if I typed in that word. All right, and that's what came up. And I got one more here.
In 2001, a real-world exercise tested the emergency response to a bioterror attack on the continental United States. The operation was called Dark Winter. Within just a few days, the simulation spiraled out of control. The operation predicted a rapid breakdown in essential institutions, civil disorder, and massive civilian casualties. Dark Winter has revealed how vulnerable we've become. Our lifestyle, our security, our safety depends on a delicate and unstable economy. We've created a system so complicated that we no longer understand how to control it. Oil, power, shipping, transport. We live in a complex world. And the more complex it gets, the more fragile it becomes. The system is built on a global supply chain that gets things where they're needed, just in time. We've created a house of cards. Remove just one, and everything falls apart. And what's fueling the system?
Money. Americans can spend $90 billion in a single day of shopping. Last year, 200 million people swarmed their local stores on November 23rd. We call that day Black Friday. Did you know that a flu virus can survive on the surface of a banknote for up to 17 days?
Man, they come with that bullshit, and this is how they're going to use stupidity to bring in that digital currency, man. That's how they're going to bring in that microchip. Because if you realize what's going on right now, man, Bitcoin is, Bitcoin and all that shit is at the highest, man. You talking about, I was just reading something on that, like 2 days ago. You talking about, almost $50,000. You know? That the whole, I don't know how all that stock shit goes, you know, but Bitcoin right now is taking over mad shit. And why? Because all these top, banking families and all these rich, these rich ass people, these celebrities and shit like that have the money, man, they got the inside scoop on it. All right? And they know something big is about to go down. They know that this dollar's about to collapse. This dollar about to collapse any day, man. And they're going to push it right into that digital currency, man. Which is going to lead to that microchip. All right? They don't want money no more. So they tell you shit like that. That, this could last on a dollar bill for this many days. Man, come on, man. We've been dealing with money all our damn lives, basically. It was never a problem then. Now it's a problem. All right? You talk about money being the dirtiest thing in the world, man. That shit circulates over and over. And it was never a problem. But now it's a problem.
One day there will be a pandemic. It could begin during the crush of Black Friday sales. A pathogen will jump from tainted banknotes to human skin, onto food, toys, children, and loved ones. By the time patient zero feels the first sore throat, millions of people will already be infected. From this point, the breakdown will happen fast.
Day 1. Hospitals will reach capacity. Panic will strike. Day 2. Quarantine zones will be established. Resources will be rationed. Transport will go into lockdown. Day 3. International trade will stop. The oil will dry up. The stock market will collapse. Day 4. The power will fail. The shelves will be emptied. The taps will run dry. And once hunger and despair take hold, people will do anything for survival. By day 5, everyone will be a potential threat.
What will it take?
Yo, it's funny, I just seen that. I don't know if y'all realized that. That shit said on the bottom, toilet roll will go first. Man, I'm telling you, this shit was set up. This whole 2020 that just passed was set up heavy. All right?
And once hunger and despair take hold, people will do anything for survival. By day 5, everyone will be a potential threat. Day 3, international trade will stop. The oil will dry up. The stock market will collapse. Day 4, the power will fail. The shelves will be emptied. The taps will run.
Toilet roll will go first. Yo, this shit is too crazy, man. All right?
And once hunger and despair take hold, people will do anything for survival. By day 5, everyone will be a potential threat.
What will it take to save what remains?
And it's funny because shit. They said that vid19 is here, all right? But that vid19 about to change to something else, man. And they're going to hit you with another scenario. All right? So I'm going to get a couple of scripts real quick, and then I'm going to close out on that. Because I just pretty much, I wanted to make this quick. not too long, you know. I just thought it was some good ass information I was reading. Like, damn, these devils was really on point with what they were saying. They really had this shit simulated 20 years ago for this time, okay? But hey, that's how these devils are, man. They always plotting some shit. All right? Let's go to Psalms 37 and 12, and it says, "The wicked plotteth against the just, and gnasheth upon him with his teeth." All right? These wicked elites, man, they always plotting something against our people, man. And it's crazy because they showing their teeth and their horns right now. They being exposed by the prophets, man. That's why they tearing their heads out, all right? And that's why they pushing these agendas quicker and quicker, because he has nothing but a short time, man. That sin, that man of sin is being revealed, man, every single day. Okay? Let's go to Isaiah 30. All right, and it says, "The instruments also of the churl are evil. He deviseth wicked devices to destroy the poor with lying words, even when the needy speaketh right." All right, and that's what, man, that's what these wicked ass people be doing, man. They playing with these damn devices, these damn, these fake ass fucking, what's the word I'm looking for? Pandemics and shit like that. All right, they get all crafty and shit. All right, and what do? They do this to destroy the poor with lying words. All their words are lies, man. Everything they tell you is lies. All right? This is a saying, I forgot how it goes, but it's like the bigger the lie, all right? And the more you push out a lie, man, the people start to believe it. They've lied so much that people start fucking believing this shit. That's why I tell you in Isaiah 33 and 6, man, knowledge and wisdom shall be the stability of thy times, man. Because if you ain't got that wisdom, man, and that knowledge of what's going on, you ain't going to be stable in these days, man. You're just going to panic. You're just going to fall into shit, all right? That's why the prophets is out on these corners, these highways and hedges, man, preaching out this word, telling you to come back to your power. And this goes to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, man. The true Hebrew Israelites that the Bible speak of. All right? And these devils is coming for you, man. Jacob's trouble and all these damn scenarios and these FEMA camps and these jabs and this chip. That shit is for you, man. At the end of the day, it's for you. Forget all these other nations, and these nations are done, man. These nations are going straight to slavery. All right, these other nations and these Edomites, these laws don't pertain to them, man. This Bible ain't for them. All right, they're not holy people. They're not chosen people. They are not the chosen seed, man. They are not peculiar people, man. All right, we are the peculiar people, the prized possession. All right, Yahweh's valued property. All right, so them knowing who we are and us not knowing, all right, they come and attack us, man. They're coming with their cunning craftiness, man. It's fucking crazy, man. So I'm gonna read that again, Isaiah 32 and 7. "The instruments also of the churl are evil. He deviseth wicked devices to destroy the poor with lying words, even when the needy speaketh right." All right?
And that's what they doing, man. They stay plotting against you. All right? Let's go to let me get out of here. Isaiah 55. (55) 21. I mean, did I say 55? Salakia 32. I don't know why I said 55. Isaiah. Oh, that's why. Salakia. I was correct. I meant to say Psalms 55 and 21. I was just on Isaiah. That's why I said that. Salakia. Psalms 55 and 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. All right? So you got to understand that this devil's going to come with smooth ass words, man. They going to tell you all type of things, man. They're going to put your ass to sleep with their little lullabies, man. But in the back of his mind, in the back of his heart, man, he got straight war, man. He plotting death on you. That's what they do. That's what they known to do. Tell you in the scriptures, never trust thine enemy, man. You can't trust this fool, man, for anything. All right? Let's go to, let me see what it. Yeah. Let me go to, Psalms 64. 5. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. Let me read, let me start at the top. It says, hear my voice, O Yahweh, in my prayer. Preserve my life from fear of the enemy. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked. All right. Who's the wicked? All right. The Edomites, man. These other nations, man. These top banking families. From the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privately. All right. Privily. Let me make sure how you say that. Because they wouldn't give me privately. I'm sure it's privately. They commune of laying snares privately. They say, who shall see them? Okay? So these devils, they come, man. They come with that evil mentality, man. And they stay laying snares, man. All right? That's what they do. They lay snares. They always trying to catch our people in some bullshit. All right? Trying to always suck our people into getting caught up with one of their snares. And they walk around prideful like, who gonna see me? All right? Who knows what I'm up to? All
All right? But see, the men of the Lord, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, and these scriptures, man, we know what this devil's up to. We know what Esau's up to. So he can't, there's only so far he could go. So he could fool you 2/3, man. But he ain't gonna fool the elect. All right? And the elect is what matters. Because these 2/3 are done, man. These 2/3 are meant to be 2/3. But the elect, man, that's who they really want to come get. That's who they really trying to snare into these things. All right? But like I tell you in the scriptures, if Matthew 24:24, all right? For there shall arise false Christs and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, insomuch that if it were possible, this is where the point was, all right? If it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. If it were possible, all right? You're not going to fool the elect, man. We on to your games. Okay? So that ain't gonna work out for you, buddy. All right? Let's go to Psalms 140. Start at the top, and it says, "Deliver me, O Lord Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, from the evil man. Preserve me from the violent man." Who's that evil man? All right? This damn devil. All right? These Edomites, these other nations. Okay? The wicked, the sword. These damn governments, man. Which imagine mischiefs in their heart continually. Are they gathered together for war? They have sharpened their tongues like a serpent. Adder's poison is under their lips. Salah. Okay? So they gonna come with their with their mischiefs, man. That's all they think about. They can't go to sleep unless they're not even, they're not even satisfied with blood, man. Matter of fact, that's the scripture right there. How's it go? Nah, that's not it. Trying to remember this. See if I remember in a second. Let's go to Ecclesiasticus 12 and 16. Oh, look at that. The water Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. That's the one I was looking for anyway. 12 and 16. And it says, Ecclesiasticus, an enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit. He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. If adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. And though he pretend to help thee, yet shall he undermine thee. He will shake his head and clap his hands and whisper much and change his countenance. All right? So, wherever there's some trouble, wherever there's some damn evil, all right? Wherever there's some mischief, you're going to find his ass right there. All right? He going to be in the background laughing. He going to be in the background hiding somewhere. Just watching you getting the laugh of his life because
What? That's all he's trying to do, man. He's trying to snare our people on a whole nother level, man. Always trying to snare somebody. All right? Let's go to Psalms let me see, Psalms 37, 32. The wicked watcheth the righteous and seeketh to slay him. All right? So the wicked always watching, man. They always watching the righteous, all right? They always got their eye on you damn Israelites, man. And they always seeking to slay you, man. Why? Because they have that perpetual hatred, man. They gonna always have that continual hatred for our people. Especially that Jacob supplanted Esau, twice, man. And took his damn birthright, all right? Took his birthright and took his blessing, okay? So that's why these devils always coming out with a plot. And they're going to continue, man. And they're going to continue to come down with great wrath. Because why? The devil got nothing but a short time, man. That's why these days are moving quick. All right? For the elect's sake. Everything is moving speedily, man. As we sit here and we hasten on to the coming of Yahushua. We can't wait till Yahushua come back and take these oh man. Can't wait till he come back and destroy this place. Abominable ball. Death to America. Okay? Let's go to Psalms 10. Ten and 7. Yeah, let me read. Let me start at the top. Why standest thou far off, O Lord? Why hidest thou thyself in times of trouble? The wicked in his pride doeth persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined. For the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire and blesseth the covetous. All right? Whom the Lord abhorreth. The wicked, through the pride of his countenance, will not seek after Yahweh. All right? Yahweh is not in all his thoughts. His ways are always grievous. Thy judgments are far above out of his sight. As for all his enemies, he puffeth at them. He has said in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity. His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages. In the secret places doeth he murder the innocent. His eyes are privately set against the poor. All right? He lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den. He lieth to wait to catch the poor. He does catch the poor when he draweth him into his net. Okay? He croucheth and humbleth himself that the poor may fall by his strong ones. He has said in his heart, Yahweh has forgotten. He hideth his face. He will never see it. Okay? And that's how these damn devils think, man. They think that the Most High forgot about everything they have done, okay?
And Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai hasn't forgot about nothing. Matter of fact, what comes to mind on that is damn, I got it on the tip of my tongue right now. How's it go? Though yes, this is it. The water Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. It says, Ecclesiastes 8 and 11, because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. Though a sinner do evil 100 times and his days be prolonged, yet surely I know that it shall be well with them that fear Yahweh, which fear before him. But it shall not be well with the wicked, neither shall he prolong his days, which are as a shadow, because he feareth not before Yahweh. Okay? And you have to understand that the wicked is reserved for the day of judgment. Job 21 and 30. This thing, man. Job 21 and 30, and it reads that the wicked is reserved to the day of destruction. They shall be brought forth to the day of wrath. Okay? So just because they don't get punished, they get away with all this shit, doesn't mean that they're not going to be punished for it, man. Just because judgment is not put upon them and executed speedily doesn't mean that they're not going to catch hell, man. It says the wicked is reserved to the day of destruction. They shall be brought forth to the day of wrath. And that day, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai is going to put a hurting on them, man. Going to put a major foot in their ass. All right? And the ones that survive, all right, they're going straight into slavery. Old and all. Just the way they are. They're going to go into hardcore bondage, man. They're going to be rewarded double. Okay? So, that's pretty much it, man. I just wanted to touch, a little bit on what that dark winter was, what it represented. Okay? And, Lord willing, Yahweh Ratazah, that's what, that dark winter's really representing. All right? And that was an article that was pushed back in 2001, a simulation that has come to life now. We're living through that simulation right now. And it's going to get worse. It's going to continue to get worse. All right? So, buckle up. Because we still got a long ride, man. All these things that are happening right now are just the beginning of sorrows, man. So, with that being said, hopefully you brothers and sisters was edified. All right? And I'm going to end it on that note. All right? Barakatah Yahweh. Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Call Haloim, Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who grew well in this truth and have been teaching me this truth. Shalom to the Akim and the Akwat that was listening in. Yahweh Ratazat, that lesson was edifying. Until the next time, Shalom.